You are now watching the Queen Chioma.
So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video.
Never pay attention.
Check. Chioma check. Chioma check. Chioma check. Hey, 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 Chioma check. Chioma check. Hey, Chioma check. Hey. So I'm back with another video, and by the title, we are going to be discussing Meg Thee Stallion finally admitting that Tory Lanez definitely shot her. Now, I feel like from the beginning of this, we knew that this is exactly what happened. I can't even believe, but I actually can believe, because this is a black woman in distress. Nobody ever respects black women when they're going through trauma. But people spun this narrative as if either she was lying, or that she was aggressive towards Tory, or that she did anything that warranted her being shot. And if we're being real, nothing warrants anyone being shot unless someone's trying to shoot that person. So unless Meg herself had a gun and was trying to fire off at Tory, there's no reason that Tory, who is a felon, should have ever possessed a gun to ever shoot it, point it, and fire it at anybody. So that's just on period. Like, it's just the truth. So she took to her Instagram and she made this video basically explaining what exactly happened and why she was hesitant, why she tried to protect Tory. And I feel like the video was as best as it could be, meaning it explained her side of the story, explained why she didn't speak out, and it also explained what she was feeling in the moment.
So if you guys want to watch Meg Thee Stallion's entire commentary on what happened and her calling out Tory, it is about 7 minutes long. I watched the entire thing on the Impressive Channel's channel, so I'll link down the timestamp as well as her video so you guys can watch it to its entirety and then tune back into my video.
I can say this, hats off to Meg Thee Stallion for trying her best to conceal this and make it the best situation for everyone involved. But sometimes when you try to protect everyone around you, the person that suffers the most is yourself. And I know that from experience. I've been in her position, not to this extent, but protecting people who have done me wrong, who could possibly be in huge trouble, whether it be with themselves, their parents, their family, or the law, and then being the one that takes the bad end of the whole entire situation. So I've broken this video down into a few main talking points, so let's get right into this video. So point number one is why she protected Tory. I think it was very interesting for her to explain, you know, during the height of Black Lives Matter protests, George Floyd, and everything that was going on with the police, the whole police brutality and everything, like why she was so hesitant to tell the police that there's a gun in the car or that she had been shot. She made some good points, you know, we're black people, we're celebrities, we have money, they don't know us, we're in this probably white neighborhood with all of these gated communities, private locations, and the police call was actually put in for a disturbance, not for a gunshot, not for anything, but just a simple disturbance. And so when the police approached the vehicle, Meg, you know, was keeping her mouth shut, not basically saying what happened, not saying that she got shot, not saying there was a gun, so that herself, for the protection of herself and the livelihood of all the other individuals in the car, as well as the legal livelihood for herself and everyone else in the car, would have been protected. Now, people can say what they want about her doing that. Yes, it may have been the wrong thing to protect someone who did you wrong, but in that moment, in the heat of the moment, I completely understand why she acted in that demeanor, because I've been in situations, you know, where we're in the car, it's other people in the car, or we're at a party or whatever, and it's me, friends, both guys and girls, and we're doing something that we're not supposed to be doing, or it's just something that's off. Maybe I'm the good one and everybody else is acting crazy, or vice versa. And you speak to the people in that situation, you speak to the authorities in that situation to protect yourself and others. Drawing the line here is the fact that she was actually harmed. Had it just been them, you know, driving the car, going about their business, but arguing or whatever, and she had not been shot, maybe people would just be looking at this like, okay, Meg protected Tory, she didn't snitch, and she'd be getting a lot of credit. But I see a lot of people, you know, down talking her right now for protecting Tory. Now, I think, to be very honest and fair, as much as I like Meg Thee Stallion, yes, I have to give her flack for, you don't ever protect these niggas, okay? Ever. Like, these niggas is never gonna ever step up for black women as a whole. At least not within my lifetime do I believe that I'm gonna see that. And in most cases, like she said, niggas talk more than bitches. niggas gossip more than bitches. Niggas is doing bitch shit, you know, in her words. It's pretty much what she said. And to an extent, she's correct. Like, I've seen a lot of men not be alpha men, and I'm not saying being an alpha means that you have to do the wrong thing and get protected for it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying being an alpha man as in not doing the wrong thing, period, or not harming a woman, period. Like, to me, that's an alpha male. Like, these baby niggas is definitely not it, okay? So I feel like in that position, she did what she thought was best, and I can understand her doing that. But to protect a man who harmed you, you know, it's kind of almost in a woman's nature to be protective of everybody, especially for us that are like in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s and up. You know what I'm saying? Once you get past, you know, the teenage years, you kind of become a woman and you embody this spirit to protect those around you. I think it's within our nature. So I see her being young, 25-year-old, you know, I'm 23, she's 25. Like, we're very close in age. I see exactly why she did what she did, but at the end of the day, protecting a man who harms you, not the best to do. And trust me, I know this from experience. I've been hit on. I had a guy that I dated, you know, threaten me with a gun. I had a guy that I dated put a gun underneath my pillow in my sleep. I've had a lot of things happen where I was a big target, and all I did was protect the man so that I wouldn't get in trouble and he wouldn't legally get in trouble. And I feel like it's easier said than done from the outside looking in to say, well, Meg should have did this, Meg should have did that, because we're not her. We don't understand the pressures. Once you build a relationship with somebody, let's say you're in a relationship with that man, or just a friendship, because I think people try to say that Meg and Tori were, you know, intimate, sexually intimate, but from the way how she was speaking, it didn't seem like that, but who knows? But I feel like once you build a relationship with someone and you're at the very least friends, it's very hard to go against that person because you're kind of in shock that someone just did you. So I'm in a situation right now where I'm just kind of in shock that somebody could do something so horrendous to me, and it's kind of like you're in a shock because you don't know whether to act accordingly and go off and be mean and be hostile and just, you know, put your anger towards that person, or just detach yourself and move away and, you know, not get revenge, not do the mean things. And I understand that level of uncertainty. Like, you either go ham and go hard and ruin this person's whole life in some type of way, or just do something to hurt the individual back, or you just move on with your life. And I think Meg tried to take that route and just, okay, this happened, I'm done messing with these people, but let me move on. But the bad part is, the after effect of doing that is somebody gets to walk away free of discipline for something that they did that they deserve to do time for and definitely be legally implicated. Now, point number 2 is the protection of black women. I find it so crazy that Meg had to come out with a very graphic picture of her foot, as well as this detailed message of what happened, recounting her story, and so much more, just for people to believe her and take her serious. How about we believe black women when they say they've gone through something the first time? Me personally, I've been in so many situations where, you know, the girls around me have made allegations towards men, whether it be domestic violence, whether it be sexual assault, or anything of that matter. And I always believe a woman first before I think she's lying. I don't care. It may make me, you know, a naive person. It may make me someone who just is gullible. But when it comes to serious allegations like that, I'd rather take your word for it and you be a liar than me not believe you and you were right all this time. And can we please get on the same page as black people to support one another regardless of the gender? Like, can we believe a woman first before we say that she's lying? Like, I understand when it comes to social media and these people that we don't know and celebrities with money, they're in a different, you know, lifestyle, different bracket than us. So it's hard to believe everything that's placed in social media because we know there's a lot of, you know, predictive programming and intentionally made storylines to uplift these people into media. But when it comes to something like this that is very undeniable, like a woman on video with a foot injury leaking blood, as well as, you know, her taking time away from social media, as well as Tory Lanez not speaking out and saying anything all this time, can we believe her? Like, why is it that black women have to go through, you know, the pits of hell before someone can believe that they've been through trauma? Like, the whole strong black woman stuff, I like it to a certain extent because at the end of the day, I am a strong person, but not all the time, okay? And I feel like people look at Meg and they see this 5'10", thick, brown-skinned girl with a darker complexion from the South, has a deeper voice, and they look at her and they just equate these masculine tendencies and characteristics to her. So they kind of whisk away some of her trauma or believing her just because of her appearance. And people may think, oh no, you're reaching, but it's the case. Like, I'm 5'10", 180 pounds, okay? Bitch, I'm trying to get thicker, you feel me? If y'all know how to get thick, let me know because I am thick, you feel me? Okay? Okay. You know, I understand being her size, her height, and all of that, and people just giving you a certain look or characteristics based off of your physical appearance. Like, and we do that to black women, period, but let it be a black woman who has any little characteristic or trait that is common in a man, such as being tall in height or just being bigger in stature. And this is what happens. And no, like, because no, we cannot continue to do that. I wish moving forward, people will take black women's trauma and their allegations and everything they say a little bit more seriously. Of course, you're gonna have people that lie. Of course, you're gonna have people that are not telling the truth. Of course, you're gonna have people that are literally doing things to put down another person. But what we're not gonna continue to do is use the bad apples to represent everyone else that's going through something. We're not gonna keep doing that. My third and final point is just advice for any girl who's watching this or is looking at the Meg Thee Stallion situation and is in a similar situation and does not know what to do. Now, I'm not no expert. I'm 23, like I said. I still have the world to figure out. I'm a very young woman. I'm living and learning as I go. But one thing I have learned within just being a young woman and being implicated with situations that have to do with a man or anybody else is protecting these men don't really take you that far. And protection can be seen as many different things. It can be seen as not talking to the police, or it can be seen as lying to your friends and family about the authenticity of a situation just so that he doesn't look crazy. I've been in situations where a guy that I've dated has done some very, very crazy things, like whether it be put his hands on me, whether it be push me, whether it be call me a bitch, okay? Those things are beyond red flags, okay? Like, beyond red flags. Anything physical is beyond a red flag. Anything verbal to me is also beyond a red flag. And I feel like moving forward, you have to know what your magic number is. And by magic number, I just mean like, it's gonna be a certain time where enough is enough for you. I just don't believe that Tory Lanez randomly acted like this on this random Wednesday in the middle of the month. I feel like he's shown plenty examples, even if it was just one, as to what type of man he really is. Because even though nobody likes Selena Powell, who was like the Instagram thought that messes with all the rappers and athletes and stuff, I watched her interview on the No Jumper channel the other day and she made a good point. She talked about how Tory Lanez had someone come and beat her up out of the blue, and that Megan needed to tell on Tory Lanez. And she just basically explained, like, you know, you cannot protect that man. Like, he's had plenty of examples of how he is and how erratic his behavior is. So when you see these patterns in somebody, especially when it comes to a man, you just have to use your own discernment. You're gonna have a magic number. For some of us, 0 times is enough time to mess up. 1 time is enough times to mess up. 5 times, 17 times, 38 times. It just depends on your magic number. And I'm not saying that the number is actually in your head, but it's saying it's gonna be too many times you cry, too many times you're hurt, too many times you're sad, too many times you can't eat, too many times you feel depressed, too many times you feel attacked before you realize, what am I doing protecting this man by not saying anything, or at least removing myself from the situation. So that is it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. What are your thoughts on Meg coming out and confirming that Tory did shoot her in the whole situation? What do you guys think all together? Be sure to check out our sponsor, Abby Hair. They sponsored this wig that I just did blue because the girl is feeling blue, baby. And make sure you follow me on all my social media networks, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.